Wassup YouTube, PokePrimer here, ready to deliver you our Week 2 Team Builder here in the PTL. We are taking on SFJ and his red team after picking up a big 5-0 win Week 1 against Marcelo and his brown team. SFJ's team is kind of scary. It features both Charizard Megas. He has the option to use either one. I do believe he's more than likely to use Charizard X in our matchup, but that is just my opinion. Bisharp and Rotom Mo are his other two red mons, as well as also having Suicune, Ribombee, Tornadus T, Pyukumuku, Diggersby, Hoopa Unbound, Kyurem, and Nihilego, along with Mesprit. I also forget Mesprit, but I'm not worried about Mesprit because I have this, so yay. But now, to get into our team that we are bringing, we are obviously leading off with Ron Weasley, our amazing Weavile, the monster of all monsters. Weavile is amazing because Weavile just hits hard on everything. We are bringing an Assault Vest variant because it allows us to potentially take hits from the Ribombee, to eat hits from things like Rotom Mo and KO them back. Just gives us an overall little bit of extra bulk. I didn't really think a damage boosting item was necessary this week for our matchup. So I just decided to go with this. Knock off Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, and Brick Break. Brick Break is there specifically to hit the Bisharp. It's just our way of breaking through that thing real easily. The rest of the mons can get hit pretty decently hard by Knock off Ice Shard or Icicle Crash. It will do more than enough damage to all of those. So overall, Weavile just does a lot of work this week. I'm going to have to be very careful in the opening. If I do see Ribombee, I do have to lead this 100% to potentially prevent or at least break through him before he gets up the webs, because I am going to be faster than him, so he's either going to have to prioritize getting his webs up or just go straight ahead for the offense against me to try to beat my Weavile, and he can't do that with my Assault Vest. So hopefully Weavile will be able to take care of that right off the bat, and we don't have anything to worry about. So we'll see what happens. But that'll be the plan there. We also have Ripster, our Garchomp, Choice Scarfed this week, bringing him Choice Scarf because this kind of is a way of beating either form of Zard if they try to set up. Zard X, we can outspeed if it gets to +1 still, and we can hit with either an Earthquake or an Outrage, whichever one will kill at the range of it that it's at that time. Rock Slide is there for the Zard Y if he brings it, and there's just good coverage for his team. It hits pretty much everything for super effective or neutral damage, so it can hit really, really hard majority of the time in this matchup. So we can do that. We also have Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock would be nice in this game to chip away at the Torn T. The Ribombee, if it gets switched out at all. The Zard, before it comes in, he's going to have to be really, really smart about his defogs, about getting those off before bringing Zard in at all, or else he's going to basically be giving up his Zard at some point. So that could be a thing. Ripster just has a good matchup this week, I think, against his team. I think it just does more than enough damage to warrant being brought. And he's not going to be the only Scarfer we bring this week either, so there's that. We have Jormungand, the Milotic. Jormungand here is amazing. Scald, Haze, Recover, and Mirror Coat. 248 HP, 164 in defense with a bold nature, and 96 SpDef, holding that Flame Orb to give the burn for the Marvel Scale. With the burn and the Marvel Scale, this thing actually lives... is not 2-hit KO'd by +1 Zard X, and with the Haze, he can't really set up on us anymore, so that's really, really good for us. We can beat a +1 Zard X with this thing 1v1. This thing can also beat a Zard Y, because if Zard Y goes for a Solar Beam or even an Air Slash or something on us, we can Mirror Coat it and blow it back with that, so it's really, really useful. We also have the Recover for a reliable form of recovery, and then Scald to just hit anything with, because let's be real, it's Scald. It'll do more than enough damage than we need it to. Next up, we have Swolskito, our Buzzswole. Swolskito is here, ladies and gentlemen. He's Choice Scarf as well. Every move on his team, Leech Life, Stone Edge, Superpower, and Earthquake, it hits something on his team for super effective damage. And if it's not super effective damage, it hits like a truck regardless because it is a Buzzwole. So, I'm really, really excited to get a chance to use this thing finally. I'm glad that I get a chance to use it this week. It's just a good mon. It has enough speed to outspeed a max speed Diggersby. So that's really, really useful on that note. So this thing can just be an overall threat to a majority of his team, and I'm really, really excited to get a chance to toy around with Buzzwole finally. Yay, Buzzwole! I love Buzzwole. Swole boy. But that's Buzzwole. Next up, we have your boy Zerk. We are bringing the Z Hypnosis set again this week because I didn't get a chance to use it this past week. So yeah, just gonna go ahead and do that. Because I want to use it. I just really want to use this set. Like, don't judge me. Fuck. But, yeah, Z Hypnosis could be really, really useful. I kind of want to use it to beat the Suicune. If I can knock out, or if I can make the Suicune pass out, I can either break through it with Thunderbolts and just spam moves against his team. The only thing that really can kind of wall this set is the Rotom-Mow. But at the same time, Dazzling Gleam is still going to hurt. And depending on when I decide to bring this in and go for the Z Hypnosis, depending on when I decide to go for that, he could just be weakened enough that I can break through his team with Xurkitree pretty easily. So hopefully we can get that to work this week in our favor. The last mon we are bringing, and this is a bit of a quick team builder, but I do have a lot of things going on today, so I just want to get this one out of here and done. We have Elaine, our Togekiss, rocking the Kebiaberry this week for reasons. We have Thunderwave, Defog, Air Slash, and Roost. Max physically defensive, basically 4 into speed because he does have something that's base 80 on his team. I believe Mesprit. Yeah, Mesprit's base 80 speed, if I remember correctly. So I want to make sure to outspeed that. As well as if he's like a min-speed Hoopa U, like, I'll outspeed that too. So that's really cool. We have the Thunder Wave. I really want to paralyze some of the mons on his team. Paralyzing Zard would be great. Paralyzing the Suicune would be awesome, so I can flinch hacks it to death. That's literally... that sounded so scummy saying as it come out of my mouth, but I love it. Paralyzing Torn would be awesome. Paralyzing the Hoopa would be amazing. That's why we have the Kebiaberry, actually, because... Or it's kind of a dual thing. That's why we have the Kebiaberry, because Kebiaberry will allow us to live a Sludge Wave from Nihilego if he locks himself into that, if he brings a choice variant of that. So we have that option, as well as having the... as well as being able to take a Gunk Shot from Hoopa U, and being able to paralyze that and then Air Slash flinch it to Oblivion. So hopefully that can work. We have the Defog because there is the potential for Sticky Webs, and I do not want Sticky Webs up at all. If he gets Sticky Webs up, that is a priority to get rid of those. I'm going to have to be careful if he brings Bisharp because he does have access to Defiant, and if he does get that Defiant boost, then that could pretty much be game right there. But if he does have Bisharp and I get Togekiss in, I'm going to more than likely go straight for a T-Wave before I go for any Defogs, but for the most part I'm going to try to get the Defog off as fast as I can. Like, that is 100% priority. That needs to happen. I need to defog against this guy. I can't have those webs up. If those webs stay up, my team is screwed. Plain and simple. But hopefully this way we can get them off the field as fast as possible, and then we should be good to go. But yeah, that'll be all for now. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. The battle will be going up tomorrow for sure. And yeah, till then, I'm PokePrimer, and I'm signing off.